I was being so foolish, trying to wait around for me. I be at the crib, you know I held it down for you. You doing your thing with your girls and I respect it, cause you know I'll always be here.
Get some clarity. Hello, welcome to RizzAsylum. I'm your host, Rizz. Happy Friday. It's been a long, intriguing week, and I'm glad today is Friday, the start of the weekend, to relax and unwind. And I know you can't wait to clock out, to begin your stress-free bubble, to block out all that noise, so you can decompress and have a little bit of fun before you have to restart it all over again Monday morning. You see, I wanted to open up with a message that's powerful, enlightening. Open your eyes to what's going on around you. You know, they say everything is in black and white, and it's all about kindness, humanity, morality, and always have forgiveness in your heart. What they don't say is it's far from the truth, because what we see in our streets and in our communities is violence, brutality, racism, unlawful injustice, along with plenty of hate. And hate seems to be the fuel that leads every movement. It's the same old story, but new generation with a different name. No matter if you're armed, unarmed, traffic stop, if you're a gang member or a regular civilian, the truth is it's impossible to be unarmed when your skin color is the weapon police or those in the communities or the world may fear. Your skin color shouldn't be seen as a weapon nor as a weakness. We're in a time where it's not just full of hate, but it's also some taking life for granted. No more respect, very little humanity. Many people emotionless, no guidance, lost without a sense of purpose. Many people are a real reflection of their upbringing, how they was raised. Some faced abandonment that was raised by the streets. People always say we live in a complicated world, but it isn't as complicated as they say it is. What makes the world complicated is the hate. The hate is the leading cause. The violent gangs, the racism, corruption, unlawful injustice, white supremacy movement, people committing suicide, people being sexually assaulted, people sex trafficking, having mental illness, special needs. All in all, we suffer from ethnicity separation as a whole. We're divided. We search for the truth, but bend the truth, or run away from the truth. Truth, for some of us, can't even accept. People wonder why kids join gangs, white supremacy movements, and it's not just based off the cycle before them or how they was raised to be. Some grew up in a rough childhood, then hit the streets, and they found something they feel like they belong to. Some have rage inside of them, to where they join the skinhead movement, the gangster lifestyle, white supremacy movement, Black Lives Matter movement, because it feels like something appealing, because it's a way to internalize what they're feeling inside. Half of the people is scared, little kids inside of an adult male or female's body. Some smoke, do drugs, become alcoholics, fall into addiction, not realizing that it's set in motion to keep you docile. Being on the edge of the vanguard to save a race, playing a heroic role, not caring to be dead or in jail by the age of 30, in a race or a gang color revolution. Being violent towards people because you believe that you're a superior race or gang. You are here first mindset. This your country or street or neighborhood. You know, guns, ammo, color rags or flags, tattooing. Violence was just prerequisite to enter or exit. One loved the fear they install in others, the power of being feared, having someone fear them, being part of the movement. You get to feel a sense of power when you feel powerless. You get attention when you feel invisible and accepted when you feel unlovable. Because we all need the spiritual hole in our bodies filled up with something. So hate feels it, but then hate can't keep feeling it. It's like a drug addict having to fiend for more and more and more and more. Some clean themselves up, go to college, join the military, join the police force, wanting to be palatable to the masses. Keep your head down, go mainstream. The sad truth, some will go gay bashing runs, attacking people just for the color of their skin or color set they're part of, taking lives, leaving people lying there without knowing or caring if they lived or died. Many are trying to rehumanize, others are spending half their lives in prison, juvenile homes, doing race riots, becoming pretty violent and aggressive, manifesting like this hate towards whites, blacks, police, street set, gang color, things of that nature. The roles make you grow within the gangs or the movements to be the highest ranking members in your state, making vows to rob, kill, seek, and destroy against a particular race or a particular gang set or color. Some may believe it's special because it's really a humanistic plight. The same stories, same feelings. It's a human experience and hate. No matter what flag, gang color, rag you fly it under, it has a very similar approach. This country's in too far crisis. Everyone have a right to live, a right to preserve ourselves, a right to keep this nation evolving. That's what we're fighting for here. Stopping genocide. Stop being systematically ignored by both major parties. These particular individuals feel they've been dealt a bad hand. No one understands their sense of rage without understanding their sense of entitlement that's founded on. The anger is real. They feel they've been dispossessed. Something's been taken from them. The language used as a sense of retrieving, restoring, reclaiming their masculinity that was taken away. They feel they need to take it back. When are we going to stop and realize what's really going on in front of us? When are we going to stop justifying the means, making excuses to avoid taking responsibility? Some people have an internal battle over a long time, and if they don't capitalize on the moment of clarity, we can permanently do damage and lose the opportunity to provide a pathway and support system out. You say we need to change and that you actually won't change. But how can we change if we do not stand up and do something different? Nothing will ever change if you constantly do the same old routine day in and day out, approaching problems the same way as before. Being angry, I understand. Acting in violence is not an answer to any problem. It only creates more problems. No more hiding, no more excuses. Violence and rage isn't the answer. We need to understand where we live do not define who we are.
You're now rocking with DJ Riz on the RizzAsylum.
Hey, welcome back. I'm really excited today. Today is the single release of Get It Lit, featuring Maskerade. A new banger to get the party lit in the clubs, backyard boogies, and house parties. That's right. We gonna turn up live with this one. You can purchase throughout all social media platforms. You can run up those streams. Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube Music. We everywhere. We gonna take over. Today is TA-Rizzle Takeover. Get it lit. Let's show the world how to turn up and get it lit. Go support me. If you're not following me on IG, then add me, TA-Rizzle1, TARIZZLE1. Stay up to date with the latest singles, albums, and shows. Show you how I do it. Also, now I got my hands in the fashion realm. You can check it out at trapparel2.com. Stay finding new ways to reinvent myself and new avenue roads to travel down and break through. You know what I'm talking about? Working on bringing you more merchandise soon. If you're still interested in the Valentine's Day gear collection, you can still purchase it until Sunday, March 5th, last day. Now moving along, our last question of the day from our last episode, Invisible Teen, was why a device is more important than quality time with the kids. First answer comes from Team Loyal. I think because a lot of those parents are young and can't accept the fact they're parents and want to feel like they're missing out on the outside world. All right. Next up, 2K. Some parents want to feel free of responsibility and want to block out the noise. All right. Next one comes from Soul Searching. Many parents today don't know how to connect with their child, interact with their kids on a level where they're not harsh and have a mutual understanding. Okay, now that right there is the interesting feed. Next one comes from MJ2K. Well, let's be real. A lot of those new school parents have no clue of what parenting means and what it takes. Oh, you challenging the new school parents, huh? All right. Next one comes from Social Master. It's just so much going on throughout social media where it's complicated to put the device down. If it's not live in the moment, then we're catching up on what we missed. Okay, so you just entertained with social media. Next one comes from Bloodline Uso. Nowadays, kids hardly want to speak to their parents. We ask questions, they irritated quickly or stay silent or get into their phones. Now that I can't agree upon because I've seen that. You ask kids questions nowadays, they pucking up, getting attitude, getting mad, don't want to say nothing or tell them leave them alone or they just stay in their device. Don't want to say nothing. So that is, I can really say is really true. Next up, when I return, we will hear from the recovery letter. But before I go, you didn't think I wasn't going to leave out of here without letting you hear a world premiere snippet of Get It Lit. Let's get right to it right now before the break.
I know it's something I wanna feel up on. And work that feeling, baby, till it's gone. I know y'all love it and y'all want it with t-shirt and no panties on.
Baby, what it do? Let's get it lit right now. If you wanna come through, get it lit right now. Sipping that drink, yeah, this little party might turn you out. Smoking that, we gon' get it lit right now. Let me know if you're down.
Get it lit, turn it up right now and get off the wall and tell me if you down. All the ladies on the floor, let that middle wiggle. Make it clap, make it jiggle, hand, make it fall. No, I'm not telling one, I'm telling all of y'all. Come close and move like you want it all.
You're now rocking with DJ Riz on the RizzAsylum.
Welcome back. It's time to get into the favorite part of the show, where I select a letter sent to the email for advice on situations. If you would like to have your letter read on air, then please send in your letters at RizzAsylum@gmail.com. RizzAsylum@gmail.com. We will be happy to read it on air to provide the best advice possible to you. Let's get into it.
You're listening to The Recovery Letter.
All right, let's get into it. Subject read, Rage of Hate. Dear Riz, I'm angry just writing this, but I need a different opinion. We were 3 brothers straight out the hood, and we used to play ball together, chase women together, drink, party, you name it. Our lives were set in stone. I had a scholarship to play ball. Chris was graduating with honors, but James had one foot in the streets and the other playing ball. James wasn't as focused as me when it come to showing up for practice, putting in work, or even game day. He would miss due to hanging out with the street homies, which seemed to be more important, so he didn't get the scholarship to playing ball. He was furious that I did and thought I was taking his dreams away from him. Others out, I'm better than you. How could this be? It should have been me, not you. Now here's where things takes a turn for the worse. There was this girl named Michelle who was sexy and sweet. I was feeling her strongly. Now Chris and James knew exactly how much, but that didn't stop James from trying to pursue her. Now it becomes a competition for her attention. Nevertheless, James invites all of us out to a party. As he puts it, Chris and I celebration for our scholarships. As the party gets popping, James leaves with Michelle, and ironically, 15 minutes after the house gets mysteriously shot up. I'm hit 3 times, and Chris took one in the chest and one in the head. He dies instantly. You would think James would be concerned and would come check on his boys, his brothers, so he say. But James was nowhere in sight. I haven't heard from him in months. Now fast forward 6 months passes, I lose my scholarship because I can no longer play basketball anymore, nor any other sport for that matter. I'm done. I take the blame from Chris's passing, and I still haven't heard nothing from James. Chris' family blames me the most because apparently they knew James deep down never cared for either one of us. I still carry the burden to this day. Meanwhile, 3 years passes, James magically appears, like everything is normal between him and I. You leave a party you set up and left both of your brothers there to die, which I believe he was hoping happened, but I was a survivor, left to tell the story. I'm sure you know the streets talk, and word is, he was behind everything. Talk about a real grimy dude who was supposed to be our brothers. After all these years, he had the nerve to say, "How's your leg? And how does it feel knowing you couldn't save Chris?" Oh yeah, remember Michelle? She's my baby mama now. Looks like the better man won. You pathetic excuse of a man. All the rage was in my eyes and I was ready to attack. It took every ounce of dignity inside I had left to calmly try to withhold myself back. As James stood with a smirk on his face, his 2 homies / bodyguards stood in front of him. Now every time I see James, I want vengeance, but I'm not a monster to sit here to take a life. Now peep this, Michelle tries to explain to me what happened, but I never gave her the chance. Part of me want to know why him, but the other half of me don't want to see her face or even hear her talk. I still haven't found love or a woman to be with, happy ever after as they say, because I hold this burden and I can't trust a woman anymore after she did me the way she did me with my so-called brother. As far as James goes, what should I do about him? Should I let it go or carry out revenge so he can get dealt with? I'm stuck with all this pain of losing the girl I like to James, losing my scholarship, and most of all, losing my true brother Chris. I took a major loss with James, out here living the life, happy-go-lucky. Why do bad things always have to happen to good people? And why do bad people always get all the good things in life? Right off the back, I'm gonna say this. All the bad people may appear to look like they got all the good things in life, but trust me, that's shortcomings. It's just appearance-wise. They don't always get the glitter and glam. It's just all for show. It's not always what you think it is. Remember, time run out on things like that when you get it the wrong way. Rest assured of that. Now, I'm sorry for your loss. My condolences to you and his family. That's a tough loss. Now, it wasn't your fault on what happened to Chris despite what his family blames you for. Your responsibility is for yourself, that's all. You are a victim as much as Chris. Only difference between you two is you happen to survive the tragedy. Continue to be there for his family. Keep showing up, checking in on him. Now, James is a whole different ball game. He showed his poor man's work ethic. He didn't really want to play basketball as much as you. Otherwise, he would have put in that work, same as you, or twice as harder than you did to begin with. Seemed to me he envied you on a low, but pretended to care for you to keep you close because he knew you would make something of yourself. By you being brothers, that automatically entitled him to what you have because he knew you would look out for him. He's a real dirty individual who knows nothing about brotherhood or loyalty. He was a snake who would do anything to get ahead, or I'm sure how he will put it, to survive in this world. Real brotherhood will be happy for you, happy for your scholarship, your goals, your successes that you take down. What you love and what you work hard for, they will be there for you and appreciate everything with you, and a real celebration. It's truly sad that Chris had to lose his life behind something petty and uncalled for jealousy. You know, not coming around shows how guilty he is behind what happened to Chris. No remorse in his veins, because he knew he was behind it, allegedly, since we don't have actual proof. Seeking vengeance isn't worth it. Avenging Chris' death won't bring him back, but only bring trouble your way. Severe consequences for your actions. Don't worry about James. Trust and believe. What goes around, comes around. Might not be the way you want it to, or when you want it to happen, but trust me, he will get what's coming to him. Believe that. If you haven't already, it's time to make peace with everything and move forward with your life. Stop feeling sorrow. You can still pay respects and never forget your brotherhood you share with Chris. Keep his memories alive by doing something with your life. Also, do something you two would do together as a tradition moving forward. Now, this crazy little thing with Michelle, that's not worthy of your breath nor your time to even hear her out. She made her choice, even if she feels it was the wrong choice. At the end of the day, she has to live with the decision she made. She isn't worth the headache or you not moving on with your life to find happiness. Michelle showed you her true colors in the beginning and displayed she's not wife material. Stop dwelling over her. Michelle saved you from real heartache and pain down the line. Go out there and live your life and find you someone worthy of your time, your heart, and your life. Open up to build a foundation for true happiness, to blossom into eternal love.
You're now rocking with DJ Riz on the RizzAsylum.
Welcome back. Let's jump straight into the question of the day. Now, today's question is very interesting. I really want to hear answers to this one right here. Why do you envy a friend or a loved one secretly? One more time to let it marinate. Why do you envy a friend or a loved one secretly? Please leave your answer below in the question section on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio Podcasts. And for the YouTubers, answer in the comment section. I can't wait to hear what you guys come up with, what you think it is, or if those are the individuals that's actually out there envying somebody. I really want to hear your answers the most. For IG, you answer right in the comment section on the question of the day post. Can't wait to hear you guys' answers. Moving along now, it's time to summarize everything up into my final thoughts. You know, hate is ultimately powerful. And it's like a battle for the soul of a nation. We throw shame on the neighborhood gang. We also throw shame on the police for their improper procedures. Now, you tell me what's the difference between a movement like Black Lives Matter or white supremacy or police brutality. Are they truly different from neighborhood gangs? What do all of them have in common? Everyone has an agenda. Everyone's doing what it takes to justify their agenda. Police fighting in racism, but to protect and serve the community. Black Lives Matter and white supremacy fighting for what exactly? That Black Lives Matter? That white supremacy are better as whites? See, all lives matter, not just a particular race. Some move in positivity, but it's a lot of them that move in negativity and racism. Why does the majority of the movement rallies always have to display violence, ignorance, broadcast worldwide for the entire world to see how you conduct your movements that's supposed to enlighten change? What are we changing? With violence, ignorance, stupidity, burning up your community. What statement are you trying to send? It sure ain't change. What action are you trying to display? No matter what we say, no matter how loud we shout, they refuse to hear us. Because you want to act as some savages. Burn your way into change. Kill your way into change. Disturbing the peace into change. Savagely beating people into change. Firing weapons for change. What's really changing? Especially with those particular actions. We need healing from hate. We all hate the racism. We all hate getting beat, misconduct. We all hate being harassed, robbed, family members getting gunned down. It's not the hate you give, it's the hate we give collectively, being infuriated with the rage, revenge, violence. When are we going to stand up and break the cycle? Everybody screams Black Lives Matter, but Majority of the people are in gangs, killing their own minority, killing to make another mother cry, to make her cry out for help, because you're killing over colors, street codes, because somebody got something you don't. They work hard for what they got. Trying to justify the means, they run out and say Black Lives Matter. When the police is seen beating someone down, gunning someone down, but they here to protect and serve the community, right? How can you protect and serve when you're beating somebody in the community? Now, I can't justify all of it because some people attack the police and they respond in retaliation. It doesn't justify it, doesn't make it right, but we don't know the whole scenario, what's going down. Everybody just point and say racism just to get an action. Lying, setting people up because you envy them or what they represent. Jealousy of someone else's success when you could have put the work in yourself in that pathway of achieving your own success. Instead, you choose to take their lives, set them up to have someone else take their lives because they living is better than the life you lead. But they're working hard to achieve what they did for what they were set out to do. They was handling their purpose. They was working towards their purpose. And it's all in the name of jealousy. You take it all away. And everyone keeps using, I'm going to avenge for you. Keep somebody in the name of killing. You killing for the person that's dead to seek vengeance. They didn't ask you to seek vengeance. You took it upon yourself to kill in their name. It's a choice you take upon yourself to do. You're trying to make general choices. It's that vengeance mentality that keeps on killing. We are here for change. When are we going to break the cycle? Every action, there's a reaction. You kill, then someone retaliates and kills someone you love, if not you. So innocent people have to die for your actions, the decisions you chose to make. But yet, Black Lives Matter, correct? We all want change, but still doing the same actions that cause the statement everyone wants. Change. When are we going to change our actions to break the cycle? We have to do something different in order to get change. I'll leave you with this note. Something my father used to tell me. Reasons to live give reasons to die.
You're now rocking with DJ Rizz on the RizzAsylum.
All right, that's my time. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Don't forget the new single is out now. Get It Lit featuring Maskerade. Let's make that #1. Run up those streams. Go ahead and purchase through any digital media outlet. Let's do what we do. And everyone, have a good weekend. Enjoy your time with your loved ones, your family, your friends, your significant others. Have a good time, everybody. Hope to see you next week. I'm out. Rizz Nation, peace.
I was being so foolish, trying to wait around for you. I be at the crib, you know I held it down for you. You're doing your thing with your girls and I respect it, 'cause you know I'll always be